Alright guys, we are back for yet another Bleach Brave Souls video, and tomorrow, the very first ever Quincy banner of the 1000-Year Blower anime is going to be returning, being Quilge, Bambietta, and Eburn. But at the same time, we also have the Parasol banner that is currently featuring the likes of Rukia, Ikaku, and of course, Gin, which nobody cares about. And I'm gonna basically sum up which is gonna be the better banner to summon on as a whole. And I'm literally talking about right now when we currently have Sangdu and Toshiro out, which, by the way, if you guys already know, Sangdu and Toshiro's banner is pretty much terrible to the point that you're just better off saving for the individual banners for those two characters. And then you have these two banners right here, which both, feature a Limit Breaker Quest character and literally one of the best characters for that specific attribute. Quilge for heart and Rukia for power. That being said, look, let me just sum this up right now. On both banners, there is no pity system. So if you guys were to go to step 25, you guys can probably even get unlucky and not even get the character you want. There's not going to be any type of selector ticket whatsoever, so be wise for when it comes to summoning on these types of banners as a whole. Sadly, rerun banners are always going to have that, and I don't think it's really a good thing because they can easily just generate the same 5-star ticket that they released and just allow you to pick the character, but unfortunately, it isn't that way. And secondly, this end of the month could be something a bit more broken. Now, keep in mind, Limit Breaker Quest is currently releasing characters based on a rotation, because if you guys notice, for the end of the month of December, we had Yuha being the slot 1 character. End of the month of January, Valentine's Day Rukia, who was also the slot 1 character but was the heart character. And then this month we had Sangdu being the slot 1 character for speed. So it pretty much leads me to believe that the next powerful character that is going to be dropping, which is more so going to be designed for Limit Breaker Quest and potentially one of the best characters in the game, will pretty much be either power or tech. So it might be in your best interest to skip one of these banners if you literally care for the power or tech attributes, seeing as how both of the attributes are pretty much stale, especially power. So again, be wise with how you summon your orbs and everything else, and that's all. Now, let's just compare these two banners. So, anywho, one is seasonal and one is pretty much 1000-Year Blower limited characters, meaning that this banner right here with Rukia, Gin, and Ikaku, now that they have gotten their rerun banner, it's only a matter of time until they start getting featured as fillers in different individual banners or even premiums, as a matter of fact, because that's what they tend to do for when it comes to these seasonal characters, because they're limited, but at the same time, not so limited, and you can potentially even, I don't know, get them in a ticket pack that they're featured in if you guys are a whale, and probably even have the possibility of pulling those said characters. Whereas 1000-Year Blower characters only return in 1000-Year Blower banners, so you cannot pull them from any premium or seasonal banner, no tickets. It's only for when the characters come back in their rerun or in a new 1000-Year Blower banner. So that's why there's already a bit of a minus point for when it comes to summoning on the banner. And the first thing to talk about Rukia is one of the best power characters in the game, and I finally admit it, I do think that she's better than 8th Anniversary Ichigo and 1000-Year Blower Yamam. But mainly for everything else, IT and Limit Breaker Quest related. I'm sorry, but for guild quests, having that SA2 doing 1 damage, which by the way, it's a healing strong attack for starters, and it's classified as a melee attack, just basically leaves her to pretty much be replaced by a better ranged Aurora when we do happen to get that. Right now, as is, the max I've seen from a Rukia with how she performs in ranged Aurora, the max I've literally seen is like 40 seconds remaining, 45 seconds remaining at max, never a 50. Why? Because you just can't use that SA2. Even with the fact that she is by far the most broken power character, because she does come armed with Frenzy +2, Havoc of 20%, full stamina damage boost 20%, damage to frozen enemies 40%, 80% SP boost, increased status element chance, also has the team party recharge when moving in between maps, and of course Rampage. You guys already know how broken Rampage is. Kill 50 enemies, you get 100% damage to all of your attacks, plus the Soul Bomb included. And she's also really good. Her kit is basically the same as Bruno in this kind of case. Only difference is that the SA2 is going to be a healing type of strong attack, and again, in Guild Quest, she is just not going to be the exceptional unit to use, even though she's pretty much the best there is for ranged Ronker. And again, we're going to be getting a new one in due time. And I hate to even imagine how this character will perform in Nightmare. Matter of fact, I do see her just getting carried by 1000-Year Blower Aizen in this kind of case, so not really good. But she's still great for Limit Breaker quests. She has proven to be an exceptionally amazing character, especially for this month of Limit Breaker quest and even the last one, and even the month before that. If you did not have Quilge to use in slot 3, Rukia was the better character to use over 8th Anniversary Ichigo as a whole. But yeah, just another crazy good character that is unfortunately held back by the SA2, and sadly it seems like K-Lab doesn't plan to fix that anytime soon. So, yeah. And then you have Gin, which is just a good character, but pretty much does nothing really. Like, he has a decent kit, 18% shave, which isn't the greatest, 960 and has a shield SA2, and then, like, you know, full screen 1200 radius, and does have like frenzy +2, damage to weaken enemies of 40%, full stam 20, and then what else? Okay, I thought he had the, okay, no, he does have that. Full stamina only, increased strong attack damage at 40%, and does have increased status element chance in the extra cooldown reductions. Which, by the way, you can only inflict the status elements via the SA1 and SA3, not the second strong attack, because it's a barrier. And yeah, they gave him quite the weak SA1. Like, he's just a good character, but not top 10 worthy as a speed character. And then you have Ikaku, who is literally the best farmer for the actual mind attribute. If you do not have Bago and Isushi, this is a really great character to get as a whole, just because he just comes with a lot of stuff, like Frenzy +2, Berserker 60, Pierce Iron Skin plus hit hidden enemies, also has an extra 30% damage to enemies not afflicted by an ailment, and he farms the potions, super pots, and droplets, henceforth why he is an ultimate farmer in this kind of case. So, yeah, also has Long Shred, which is actually crazy. So yeah, easily the greatest Mind character to get in terms of a farmer. Bro, the crazy thing is that Mind has better farmers than Power now. It's actually kind of crazy. So yeah, he's a good character to pick up. Filler-wise, it isn't exactly the greatest because they're all Link-Saw Potion characters that have all been replaced by better farmers as a whole. Like, this Lisa right here, sure, she farms heart potions, but she's super outdated. I don't even consider her good anymore. This Retsu, she can put up numbers, especially if brought into epic grades with a Soul Bomb, but that's just about it. She's also outdated. Rukia, she doesn't farm anything, if I remember correctly, just a 14% recharge link. Nalia's another super pot character to use for the Mind attribute, but honestly, she's the worst one that we have for Mind. It's better if you can get Ikaku, like, he's just gonna do things so much better. And even the premium Mind ult just does a better job at being able to farm super pots, potions, and droplets in this kind of case. Momo is also another super pot farmer for the power attribute, but she isn't really all that crazy good in IT. That being said, she does have a solid use in guild quests for when it comes to running a ranged NAD character. If you do not have Misaki, this character is the next best thing to pretty much bring, because we do not have that many ranged normal attacking characters for that rotation besides her, Misaki, and Kagerosa. And then, okay, this character isn't exactly outdated for farming pots because she does decent damage numbers and she does really good in epic raids, especially with that charge essay. It's just that, again, we have better farmers now for heart, if I'm being 100% honest. So yeah, if you guys do plan to summon on this banner, I only advise doing the discounts and max 5 steps. If you really want to push your luck, go to step 10, but I do not recommend going any further because these characters are seasonals. So there's that. Filler value isn't the greatest, and then we have this 1000-Year Blower banner, which, filler-wise, it's definitely a lot worse compared to the Parasol banner. Only difference is that you have 3 resurrectable characters, 2 of them being really good links, and 1 of them just, like, you know, is just there, even though 1 of the good links is pretty much useless outside of the link factors. So, yeah, Quilge, what you guys really need to know is that he just basically does what Rukia does, but even better. Like, nothing is stopping this character. He's been, like, number 1, number 2 best heart unit in the game for, like, since the moment he dropped. I think he's, like, over 6 months old at this point, and he's still dominating as an actual character. Like, you can even argue for this character to be better than True Shikai Ichigo, which I find it to be the case when Ichigo does not have killer, which is insane. And once again, he does have crazy multipliers like Frenzy +2, Havoc of 20%, 80% SP boost, full stamina damage boost 20%, 40% damage to drain enemies, and then it has the recharge when moving in between maps, plus Rampage. You guys already know how broken that skill is. So, yeah, and he has the 3K length beam, 960 into homing vortex, and a full screen SA3. He's melee, and he's a must-have for the upcoming Nightmare Melee Arrancar Guild quest. So if you guys are in need of an actual good Arrancar killer, this is the character to pull. If you guys are in need of a very good hard character, this is the character to pull as a whole. And then the other characters, Bambi, I kind of overrated her with the kit. Like, she does have the barrage attack on the SA2, but doesn't have the greatest, you know, AoE distance, but she's really good in guild quests. But outside of that, she's just, you know, another good, decent-ish tech character, but does have really crazy good skills like Frenzy +2, Full Stam 30, 80% SP boost, increased status ailment chance, and of course damage to burning enemies of plus 40%. So yeah, the skill set is definitely there, just the kit could have been a lot better as a whole. And then Eburn, nothing too crazy, but he's just a link slot potion link to use. So like, if you have 8th Ending Ichigo, Parasol, Rukia, and you want to make them into farmers, get the Eburn, and you can link them to your best power character. So yeah, always a really good, nothing too crazy, just he's basically Astronaut without the 80% SP boost, and he just farms stuff since he does have coin drop, crystal jewel drop, and the link slot potion link. It's very unfortunate because these two skills could have easily been replaced for 80% SP boost and increased status summon chance. Imagine how crazy this unit would have been. But yeah, besides that, the other characters, Basby, Candace, and Askin, they are in line to get a resurrection for when Core 3 starts airing, and Candace, Askin, and the Speed Vendetta will be the first ones to get their resurrection. Basby will pretty much come the next month after that, since it's pretty much the next 1000-year blower round, which is also going to have Uryu and Jurem. But yeah, right now as it stands, they're kind of not the craziest. This Basby, you can make some kind of work for like a Ronker IT, but that's it. There's nothing too useful. His DPS is, you know, low. Candace just has Frenzy +1, Berserker 20, just a decent kit, and then Askin is a Brave Battle character that needs Brave Battle skills to be good. He's unusable right now as it is. Yama, really good link for the speed attribute, has full stam 16 and 12% cooldown reduction. If you guys use him in Inheritance Trials when holos are a thing, this guy can actually cook. He's actually pretty decent because he did pick up full stam 16% increased status summon chance against power holos, and also an extra 30% damage to burning enemies. So this guy can actually be quite usable when he has killer, unfortunately though. Kenny, he got a really good resurrection, but now as it is, he's, you know, just his link is not really all that useful, and he's just, you know, a good character to have if you like Kenny, but like, he's just outdated. And then Byakuya, he's just a link. He is useless, that is all. Full stam, 20% with 10% cooldown reduction. That's all you guys really need to know. But yeah, with all that being said, be careful. I'd advise waiting for the next banner. This banner's fillers are really mediocre, and then this banner, they're also kind of a bit mid, but there's still some value out of this. But at the end of the day, Quilge and Bambietta is way more worth summoning for compared to Rukia and Ikaku, if you guys ask me. But besides that, same argument, don't go past step 10. If you guys want to summon, just go to step 10 at max. Don't go any deeper. Wait for what's going to be coming for end of the month, which is going to be something even more broken. If you guys don't care, I don't know, just save for Sangu's individual banner at this point. That's all I can really tell you guys. I'm just saving. I'm just going to do like 2 discount multis on Quilge's banner maybe, and call it a day. Like, I do want a 5/5 Quilge, but I'm in no rush because so far I've had a really good time just using him at 2/5. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you guys all in the next one. So have a wonderful day, lads. Peace out. Bye. Sayonara. Ciao, ciao.